These three symbols are one of the most used symbols in mathematics, and this was introduced by English mathematicians around the 1500s. This first symbol here is known as the equal sign. The second symbol here is known as the less than sign, and the final symbol here is known as the greater than sign. Now, these signs are used to show the relationship between either we have numbers or we have expressions or we have quantities. Therefore, this first symbol here shows a relationship that highlights equalities. However, the other two symbols show a relationship that is known as inequalities of either numbers, expressions, or quantities. There are other type of inequalities, but we're going to dive into those in future videos. But less than and or greater than are the inequalities that we'll be using in this video, and most importantly how it applies to just numbers on a number line. So let's look at some examples on how inequalities are applicable to a number line containing just numbers. For example, now you're given a number line and we want to set up a rule that relates a first number to a second number relative to each other on the number line. To accomplish this, when the first number is to the right and the second number is to the left, then we recognize that the first number is said to be greater than the second number. However, if the first number is to the left and the second number is to the right on the number line, that reflects the fact that the first number is less than the second number. So everything has to do with which first number is on the number line. For example, when we are given two numbers and let's say the first number is a 3 and the second number is -9, that means that since 3 is to the right and -9 is to the left, we recognize that 3 is greater than -9, because 3 is to the right and -9 is the left on the number line. However, if we have 3 as the first number and 9 to be the second number, and first number is to the left and our second number is to the right, then it means that the relationship is that 3 is less than 9. Therefore, looking at the first example, we can write this in sentence form, which is 3 is to the right of -9. Therefore, 3 is greater than -9. As well as for the second example, where 3 is to the left of 9. Therefore, 3 is less than 9. A little tip for you here is that when you're given two numbers and you're asked to determine which one is greater than or less than, or using a number line, remember that the symbols, the way they are pointing in terms of the tip, which means that the tips tends to point towards the smaller number when you're comparing two numbers and determining which one is greater than or less than. For example, looking at the first one here and you're comparing 4 and 8, the number that is smaller is 4. Therefore, we're going to use the less than sign because it is pointing towards the smaller number. And same thing as well for 2, between 0 and -3. -3 is smaller than 0, therefore it's going to be pointing towards the greater than sign. And finally here we look at -4 and -6. We know that -6 is smaller than that of -4. Therefore, it means that we're going to use the greater than sign.